A thread by Carlos Osuida. President Trump has spoken. From Breitbart.com. Donald Trump vows deployment of more federal forces in major cities. Eat that, Ben Rhodes. Drink that, Speaker Pelosi. I've been reading the leftist narrative. It's as stupid as the Biden campaign. Trump sends feds against peaceful protesters. Don't believe your own eyes. Believe us. You can't hide arson, explosives, baseball bats, and looting. You can't hide the total breakdown of civilization in leftist cities. Yesterday, the mayor of Los Angeles said it was the job of the federal government to set up testing centers in the city. Can anyone appreciate how utterly brainless that is? The feds don't know the details of each city in the US. It's the job of the mayor and the city council to set up testing centers. They're not 5 years old. Divert some money from those sweet, sweet pensions and get her done. The feds can't micromanage the country. That's called absolutism, and it always fails. If Americans want an absolutist federal government, vote in Biden and watch everything burn. My idiot communist brother said that it's not feasible for cities and states to be responsible for their own testing. Why not? They have the personnel and the labs. They didn't stock up on supplies or have a plan, so 130,000 people died. Cuomo is responsible for the spread of the pandemic into nursing homes, but his supporters still love him. Then they get what they deserve. We can't worry about insane people. The sane people will vote for Trump. My communist brother can't even defend his own opinions, so I've written him off. I don't waste time on such people. Art imitates life. When I was in college, my last housemates were a married couple who fought like cats and dogs because the makeup sex was so great. On my birthday, the wife baked me a cake, and then they had a giant fight. Guys, how about taking just one night off from this? I asked. Shut up and eat your fucking cake, the husband said. Years later, I saw a British movie in which a totally uptight woman wanted to throw a party for her elderly mother. Her siblings told her that the mother didn't want a party, but the uptight woman hysterically pressed ahead. She baked a cake, sent out invitations, decorated the house, and on the day of the party, went and got mom from the nursing home. At the house, only the two siblings and their spouses had shown up. The uptight woman practically threw the old woman in her chair and began cutting a slice of cake. I want to go home, the old woman said. Shut up and eat your cake, the uptight woman said, picked up the slice and tried to ram it in the old woman's mouth. The two other siblings pulled off the cake lady, and the cake lady had a total mental breakdown. That's where we're headed. Leftists will keep going, and either near the election or on election night, they'll be trying to cram cake in everyone's mouth, and then they'll collapse into tears. Too many of you have lost touch with what's normal. You're wasting your time on what ifs that are absolutely outside the realm of possibility. My father was obsessed with keeping his brother's son entertained when the son came to visit. He fretted to us for over a month. What about Jim? He kept asking. I hadn't seen Jim since 1976. Jim's favorite trick was blowing air in and out of his butt. Yeah, you heard that right. He could make his butt sound like a snorting horse. Anyway, I was out of the country when he visited the last time. He wanted to go to the beach where he ogled teenagers and took pictures of them. He was in his mid-30s at the time. He also brought his own bottles of scotch and got drunk every night. My father finally worked up the nerve to ask me to show this guy around, and I said, no, absolutely not. Sorry. So my mother and father took him and his wife around, and then my father bitched. For years, he was wearing a red muscle shirt, Daisy Dukes, and combat boots. He looked like a German prostitute, and he didn't say a goddamn word the whole time. See, I learned my lesson in 1976. Every single day, people on Twitter ask me about write offs. Get this straight, the write offs will never vote for Trump. They don't matter. Stop thinking about them. Concentrate on the sane. Trump's base is solid, and all he needs is 30% of independents and 30% of Democrats. He'll get much more than that. The crazy people hate the idea that others don't agree with them. Write offs will never agree with you, so put them out of your mind. You're letting crazy people make you crazy. Man and woman up, all is well.